Hi, I'm Kaleb Mercado. I'm a senior. I'm currently at South Texas ISD World Scholars. Um, I hope to go, or I am going to go to Yale University this coming fall. So coming into the experience, I got paired with a mentor, Claire. I believe she was a graduate student at Cornell University. Um, it was it was guided in She made it real easy to choose a topic. Like she would ask me about my interest, what I found interesting, any problems I saw that I wanted to solve. And that's how I came about my project, which was it was mapping musical moods with unsupervised AI learning. And what that means is well, the problem I had initially was I didn't like Spotify's recommendation for music. I'm a real big music person. So I figured why not come up with a way to use AI to come up with better music recommendations. And one way she suggested I do that is through unsupervised AI learning. And what that is the AI would it would compare songs. This is within an un it's it's it goes off on its own to compare songs, and it gives me results, and I have to approve those results manually to see if it was a great recommendation or good recommendation, bad, somewhat bad. And from that it starts to learn what is a good recommendation and what it could base those answers off of. And in the end, it gave me a music recommendation system that I am proud of, and it worked. It did its job, and it was interesting in how it recommended songs. One thing I found that was really cool is it didn't distinguish by genre at all. So I put in a Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, which is it's like an indie rock song, and it recommended me some Spanish song that I hadn't even heard of, and it was like surprisingly similar. Um, so yeah, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, definitely. It was I saw a lot of projects going in that were studying like lung cancer and all this crazy stuff. Not crazy, but stuff that I felt was like above my skill level. So I went with something that would I would be interested in. That way I could be motivated to finish it. And it aligns with all of my college applications, it was for music and computer science. That's what I'm going to major in. I published it to eArchive, the preprint server, which is it's Journal of Emerging Investigators. Like it's a brand new preprint server they hosted, and I was actually able to submit it through Yale has a research supplement submission, so I was able to say in there it was published and available on a journal. It has a scientific feedback section, so it's not like a journal, but it is like a developing preprint server. And I got feedback from a postgrad student at University of Michigan, so that added some credibility to my project. This project fit perfectly with what I was doing. Since freshman year, I've been like set on doing computer science and music. And I know that colleges want kids who show initiative and they chase that already through high school. So I knew I wanted to publish research. That was my goal going into this program. And I guess it was just a way to like itemize what I was doing. I had already had experience in coding and experience in music. Um, I lead my school's mariachi, so I have music experience there. I've been playing guitar. I have a charity band that I work with, and I've been doing that for several years. So musically, I have my skill set, and I was able to show that off. But on the computer science side, I didn't really have anything, solid. I only had that I'd been coding like personally. I didn't have like a real way to show that off. Um, so this program kind of helped me in getting like a real journal to show that I was credible, especially with I think that was the biggest part is that I got feedback. I got scientific feedback from someone who was at an established university. I was able to quote them. They said something along the lines of like excellent work on your computational modeling. And I was able to put that in the submission. It just so happens that Yale had a it was, it was called like a scientific, research upload, and they had a checkbox like, are you a published author on some journal? And I was able to put yes for that. I was able to quote this feedback and explain my project. And I think that showed my passion and showed that I took the initiative to get published in a journal. I think it also helped that my mentor was from Cornell University. I think that also adds a level of verification to my work. Um, and yeah, I think it just all the stars aligned with this program. Biggest piece of advice I would say is do something you're actually interested in. Um, especially with a lot of other work I'm doing in school. I try and choose stuff that I would be interested in doing because that's the only way I'm going to motivate myself to do it. Research going into it like with no background, no real understanding of how it works. It seems boring, right? But if you start with something you're interested in, you kind of get like a taste of what it actually is, and you're able to eventually expand your genres and appreciate or develop a love for research. Um, I think just starting with something simple, not shooting too high with it, um, and having a great mentor like with Inspirit AI is all great. It's all great help. They make it real easy. I had zero research experience coming into this, and Claire kind of outlined a lot of things and made it a very streamlined process. Um, and yeah, I would just say don't shoot too high, have realistic hopes, and talk to your mentor.